Alright, so this is going to be my first attempt at getting this all done. I'm going to clean it up real quick. I guess I'll use brake cleaner or something. So I'm going to clean that all up, and then I'm going to use plastidip, not the spray can, because obviously there's nice cars in here and I don't really want to get overspray everywhere. And the other thought is I don't want to get overspray all over the whole car. So I'm going to use a little foam brush that I bought at Home Depot or Lowe's or something. So I bought all this, going to try this. That's going to be my first attempt at fixing the side of the car. So let's do that. I'm going to find something to clean it off with real quick. Alright, so I'm going to use glass cleaner, pretty harmless. I would have used brake cleaner because I'd say it would get it cleaner, but I don't really want to possibly ruin any of this. So I'm going to try with brake cleaner first, just spray a little on a rag, or glass cleaner. Spray a little on a rag, wipe it all down to get all the human slime off. Since I've been touching it, I'm just wrapping it all in tape. And then I'm going to do this on this side. I'm going to try this whole side first, then go to the other side. Dry it off. Alright. So I cut the brush down. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Hopefully it's good, but let's try that. Alright, so do the same thing on the other side and let this side dry and then come back and do this side again, see how it's turning out really. So I'm going to clean off the other side, and then when I come back to this side I'll turn the video back on. I was going to hold off on recording what I did on this side because it's going to be the exact same, except for this side's a lot more beat up. So I figure I'll take a close-up, show exactly what is wrong with the panel. Since I didn't really do that on the other side, I just said, oh, it's all taped up. So, all through here, all the top coating is gone. So, the plastidip, in theory, is filling in all that space. So, it's not going to be just a raw foam anymore. It's going to be a finished semi-gloss, semi-matte black. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to grab the plastidip and try to do this side as well. So alright, I'm going to go back to the other side. Let this side dry a little, flatten out, and then yeah. Alright, so back to this side. Well, it's obviously the spots that were just foam seem to be soaking up a lot of the plastidip, but it's drying with that like semi-gloss finish that plastidip normally has, and it's laying out a lot of the runs and brush marks and stuff. So I'm going to keep doing this, and worst case scenario, I get it on thick enough that it's easy to peel off. That's kind of where I'm at with this. So I'm going to keep doing it. Alright, so that's got a nice thick coat on it now. I guess we'll see if that levels out. And I'm going to go back to the other side and put another coat on there after it's dried for a couple of minutes. And then I'll probably give it an hour or so. I'm going to do some studying. I have a test tomorrow. So I'm going to do some studying, let this all dry a little bit more, and then probably come out and do 2 more coats. Unless it looks really good when it's done, in which case I'll just take all the tape off. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I decided I'm going to do a third coat before I go in to study. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put the cap on the plastidip, do the third coat both sides, and then come back in a couple hours, maybe an hour, and see if I need to pull all the tape off or if I need to put more coats on. So hopefully this is the last coat. So. So I put another coat on everything, 4 coats in. Now I'm actually going to be done putting this on, and I'm just going to come back in. I think it's, if I remember right with plastidip, you have to wait a lot shorter time period when you're trying to get a distinct line made. So I'm going to give it 15 minutes, and then come back and pull all the tape off, but I'm going to show everything while it's wet. I just did this side for the 4th time. The other side I only did 3 times, but I put it on really thick the last time. So I'll show it to you with it wet, and then next thing in the video will be pulling off all the tape. So it's obviously on there really thick. Like, it's not perfect by any means, but we'll see how it levels out. Normally I've found with plastidip it levels out pretty good, so we'll see. I'll have video back in 15 minutes from now. Alright, so it dried, and I went to pull the tape off the other side, and it started to pull the plastidip up. So with this stuff, you just paint it on, and then immediately pull the tape off. But the beauty of plastidip, once you get it wet again, it's all wet again. So I'm going to get this whole side painted up one more time, pull off all the tape, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it done. The other side's close. The one issue with pulling off the tape immediately, you get little bits of paint that stay on the body, but I'm just going to wipe those off after it's all dry. So I'm going to throw another coat on this side, and then that'll be the end of this project. After I pull the tape off, I'm going to do that immediately following. Pretty good. It's got a few ripples through this area and one big run. So I'm going to throw another little bit of tape on here and do the same thing as I did on the other side, and just put another dab of plastidip across it. But right now the trim looks great. Like, it's not factory smooth, but it's pretty good. Looks perfectly good. I guess I'll give it an actual amount of time to dry now. So let me show you about how good the line came out. Like, it's not perfect, but like, it's got a few little spots up there. But I'll be able to take all that off the paint. That's just a little run I got on the actual body. But the car's well waxed, like I've said before, so it comes off pretty easily once it's wet, or once it's dry. Just kind of take your finger line. This side didn't come out as good, but as a whole, the trim looks 10 times better. It's way smoother. Doesn't have nearly the run or the wear marks it had before. So that was what I was mainly trying to achieve with this. So overall, pretty happy with how it turned out. But that's the first part of the video I was trying to make. So everything's all glossy, or at least somewhat glossy as plastidip's going to be. So there's that, and I'll bring the camera back out and take more video once it's entirely dry. Alright, so it's about 8 o'clock now. The car sat since probably 6 o'clock, airing out, and everything came out pretty good. I mean, it's plastidip, so it's far from perfect. There's a few little imperfections and things, but it's got a semi-gloss finish, kind of like the B-pillar, so it looks pretty good to me. It's definitely better than all of the peeling plastic that was on it before. So I'll pull the camera up and get a close-up of that. So I don't know if obviously there's a few little spots like right here where there's just little things under it, but I'm sure when I buff the car, a lot of the plastic's going to probably tear up anyway. Granted, I don't really intend to buff it too much since I don't drive it very much. It probably won't get too torn up, but that's one thing that I am going to watch for. And I might have to do this a few times a year to keep it looking really nice, but I mean, especially on this side, which was pretty horrible to start with. Let me pull my phone light up so you can see it. So there's a few little imperfections along the edge. They show up a lot worse on looking at it like this, but you have to think it's such a small portion of the car that really you're never going to notice much of anything with. Plus it is a 13-year-old car with a bunch of miles on it and everything like that. So while it doesn't match perfectly to how everything up here matches, like factory, I guess that's a bad spot. Oh well, I'll fix that. But nothing really matched their factory anyway. So yeah, so that's kind of the video, or the first video that I'm putting together will be that one about fixing the trim on the side glass. Next things I'll be doing to this car will be getting rid of the GTO fuel rail covers. I'm going to get Z06 red 5.7 liter covers. I need to do something with the cold air intake because it rubs the hood, and it's just been plastidipped to match the fuel rail covers. So I need to make that either not rub the hood or something, or put a different material on it so it looks better and doesn't rub through. Let's see. I may be putting new underglow on this car. Well, the car got towed several months ago, and it actually broke the rear light bar in half, so only half of it lights up. Otherwise, there's a few things that I need to do to the car to get ready. One of the big things, the really big things, are the interior. Right now, it's a pretty much stock interior, like factory red seats. The whole interior's red. Yeah, let's see. Whole interior's red and black. So right now it has a Nardi personal, or not a personal, just a Nardi steering wheel. I thought about doing a personal, but I think I'm going to get a Renown steering wheel. Just do a black suede, red stitching. I think that'll look really pretty. I have a We Are Likewise shift knob to put in, so I need to do that also. I have all the adapters and everything to do that. I need to drill out what they call disco biscuits, which will make the thread the right pitch for the Corvette adapter plate thing that I bought. So I need to do that. My seat brackets, like I said earlier, are being made by Corbeau, or back ordered from Corbeau right now. But otherwise, that's pretty much this video. I hope it turns out well.